Permit me to ask you a question. When was the last time you said something to a woman that really made her shine? Something that aroused admiration, respect, and perhaps that spark of attraction in her? If you don't remember it, or if all you've done is use the same as always, stay with me. I'm Lucas, and in this video, I will share 6 unique accomplishments that will make you unforgettable for women. These are not common accomplishments. They are emotional detonators that reach the heart of their deepest desires. Believe me, when you apply them correctly, the results will surprise you. The problem is that most men fail to give in the blank with accomplishments. They opt for phrases like, "You look pretty," or "I like your dress," which is fine, but they are too superficial. Why don't these accomplishments leave a mark? Because women have already heard them an infinity of times. If you really want to stand out, you need to focus on what makes you unique. Women want to feel valued and understood in aspects that transcend the physical. When you show that you notice their personality, their passions, and even those little details that make them special, you separate yourself from the rest of the men. This idea of going beyond appearances and focusing on the essential is something that the Stoics understood deeply. Instead of being trapped on the surface, they valued the essence, what really matters. That is why when you praise something beyond the physical, you achieve a lasting impact. Before we get into the subject, take a moment to subscribe if you are ready to transform your relationships using the principles of Stoicism. Each video is a guide to the mastery of your mentality and the construction of deeper bonds. Let's start with the first accomplishment. You have such a unique way of seeing things. You might think that this sounds simple, but let me tell you that it has incredible power. It is not just because of the words, but because of what they represent. When you say this to a woman, you are showing her that she values her mind and her unique perspective of the world. And let's be honest, we all want to feel that our ideas and opinions matter, especially when it comes to our way of seeing life. This fulfillment connects with a universal desire to be recognized and appreciated for something more than our appearance. Women, like everyone else, want to feel intelligent, heard, and valued. So the next time you share your thoughts, whether it is about a book, a movie, or something that is happening in the world, take a break. Instead of feeling nothing more, dedicate a moment to really value what you are saying. Respond to something like, "That is a unique way of seeing it. I had not thought like that." This simple gesture is not just a fulfillment, it is a statement that you consider it much more than a pretty face. You are telling her, "I value your mind and your perspective." And believe me, that makes a difference. This is where Stoicism comes into play. According to the Stoics, we must focus on what we can control, and that includes how we relate to others. You cannot control what another person thinks or feels, but you can control how you respond to them. By offering a fulfillment that goes beyond the superficial, you show that you recognize the essence of their character. This is not only a reflection of their value, but also of your own growth. Thus, both practice wisdom and virtue, appreciating what really matters. The next time you want to stand out and make a genuine impression, do not limit yourself to repeating as always, "like you are beautiful." Instead, try to appreciate the qualities that really make her be who she is. Trust me, when you do, you will see how this has a much more significant impact. Now let's move on to the second fulfillment. There is something in your energy that is so captivating. This fulfillment is a real game changer. Why? Because it is not about its physical appearance, but about something much deeper. It is about the vibration that emits, that invisible force, but completely magnetic, that can transform a room. Have you ever experienced that feeling when someone enters and suddenly everything seems a little brighter? That is their energy in action, and when you make this noticeable, you are doing something very powerful. You are recognizing that intangible quality that makes her be who she is, what really attracts women. We all have a unique energy that we project, the way we move, talk, and how we make others feel effortlessly. It may be her natural tranquility that calms people, or her enthusiasm that raises everyone's spirits around her. Recognizing this energy shows that you appreciate it for what it is, not just for its physical appearance. The great thing about this fulfillment is that it is not common. Not everyone notices that subtle but powerful vibration that someone radiates, but when you do, you are not only praising her, but recognizing something that really makes her feel good. Imagine that you are at a party or meeting, and there she is, on the other side of the room. Instead of focusing only on her clothes or smile, you observe how she manages to make everyone feel comfortable. How she knows how to relieve tension, or make a conversation flow easily. Instead of just feeling, you could say, there is something in your energy that is so captivating. You have that way of making everyone feel good. If you say it sincerely, she will feel the recognition deeply, and this type of comment will affect her in a different way. It is not just a fulfillment, it is a genuine recognition of the energy that it brings to the place it visits. Now, let's connect this with Stoic philosophy, because there is an even deeper aspect here. Stoics, especially Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, taught us that true wisdom comes from seeing the world and people as they are, without falling into superficial judgments. By recognizing the true nature of a person beyond their exterior, we are doing the same thing that the Stoics taught. When you do a fulfillment like this, you are recognizing not only their physical appearance, but also the essence of their being. You are valuing how their energy shapes their environment, which is an act of seeing things clearly without being trapped in the superficial. The Stoics encourage us to act with virtue and wisdom in all our interactions. This fulfillment shows that you are not only responding to what you have in front of you, but that you are appreciating the deepest qualities that others could overlook. And this is where the beauty of Stoicism lies, practicing this full attention. Really observing the people we interact with shows respect not only for them, but also for yourself. You are practicing self-discipline in the way you communicate, offering something significant instead of an empty comment. You are embodying virtue as the Stoics taught us. By saying your energy is captivating, you are not only doing a fulfillment, but you are recognizing its true essence, appreciating it for all that makes it unique. This further strengthens the connection between the two, since it is a type of recognition that goes beyond the surface and reaches the heart. By doing so, you not only deepen your connection with it, but also practice full, genuine attention, true appreciation, and wisdom of seeing people as they are.
I know.
This is a passion that inspires. It is one of the most magnetic qualities that a person can have, and it is even more powerful when you recognize it. Think about this. When she talks about something that excites her, whether it is a project, a cause, or a hobby that fascinates her, she is sharing a very authentic part of herself. When you recognize this, you are not only praising what she is doing, but also who she really is. This is not just a fulfillment. It is to offer her the space to shine in the most authentic way. When you recognize her passion, you are telling her that you value her purpose, her energy, and her determination. Believe me, that is what makes you an unforgettable person. Before continuing, if you are enjoying this content, I would love to know your opinion in the comments. What has been the most significant fulfillment you have given or received? Share your experience below, and let us talk about what really leaves its mark. When it comes to fulfillment, let's continue with fulfillment number 4. You make everyone around you feel very comfortable. This is pure gold. Do you know why? Because it addresses something deeply important, how you make others feel. Think about it. In social situations, women often carry the emotional weight, making sure that no one feels out of place, uniting people, and creating an environment where everyone feels welcome. When you notice that natural ability to make others feel comfortable, you are recognizing something very valuable. Imagine this. You are at a party. Maybe the group includes people you don't know well. Some are shy, others remain silent in a corner. But there she is. It is that person who makes everyone participate effortlessly, who integrates someone into the conversation, who makes even the most reserved person feel valued and listened to. Observe how she moves around the room, making people laugh, creating comfort without forcing it. That is not a coincidence. She has a unique talent to connect with others at a deep level. And when you notice it, you don't keep it. Say something like, "I love how you make everyone feel comfortable." That comment is more than a compliment. It is a recognition of their empathy, kindness, and ability to unite people, making them feel protected. Recognizing this is to value not only their external actions, but also the care and intention behind them. Believe me, this generates a lasting impact. This is where Stoicism connects. Stoics valued virtues such as empathy, kindness, and compassion. They knew that our relationships with others and how we treat them are essential to live fully. By recognizing their ability to make others feel comfortable, you reflect those Stoic principles. Are highlighting their emotional intelligence and positive energy that projects something that is born from a deep understanding of the value of human connections. This fulfillment also highlights a different form of strength. Women do not need to be noisy or assertive to demonstrate their strength. Sometimes the most impactful strength is the one that comes from creating a safe and welcoming environment. By highlighting this, you show that you see it as it is, not only on the surface, but in the depth of its character. Recognizing this aspect of it is not just praising it for what it does, but valuing the emotional intelligence that guides those actions. Give it space to feel appreciated for those intangible qualities that make it unique. Believe me, that will not forget it. So the next time you see her lighting a room or helping someone to feel more comfortable, tell her how much you admire that special gift. That will strengthen her connection and show her that you value the qualities that really matter. That, my friend, is the way to stand out. Let us now move on to fulfillment number 5. I love how authentic you are. This touches on a rare aspect in today's times: authenticity. In a world where social networks impose filters and unrealistic standards, being authentic seems to have become a lost art. But when you meet someone who shows himself as he is, without trying to fit in or be another person, it is like a breath of fresh air. It is magnetic. And when you notice that in her, when you recognize how she embraces her peculiarities, her sense of humor, and her sincerity, you are valuing something truly special. That is when you really manage to make her feel understood. You are having a conversation with her and she shows herself as she is, without pretensions, without trying to impress, without hiding behind masks. Visualize this. Maybe she tells a somewhat peculiar fact, or shares something deeply personal with you, something without filters. It is evident that she feels good about herself, and that confidence is contagious. It is the type of quality that stands out in a world full of people who constantly try to be something they are not. When you take the time to value that authenticity, she will perceive that you have found something special in her, someone who appreciates who she really is, without asking her to be an idealized version of herself. When you tell her something like, "I love how authentic you are," it is not simply a compliment. It is an expression of genuine admiration. It is a recognition of her courage to show herself as she is, even in a society that constantly presses people to conform. You are not only highlighting her behavior, you are valuing the strength that it implies to remain faithful to oneself in an environment that always tries to mold others according to external ideals. This has a profound impact. This is where Stoicism fits wonderfully. Stoics, particularly figures like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, promoted the importance of accepting ourselves as we are, our virtues, our defects, and our humanity. They argued that only by accepting our true nature can we live with virtue and find inner peace. Stoicism shows us that, by accepting both ourselves and others as we are, without succumbing to the constant pressure of fitting into social standards, we achieve true freedom. Recognizing your authenticity perfectly reflects the Stoic values of virtue, valuing someone for their essence, without criticism or comparisons. By giving them this fulfillment, you are reaffirming their confidence in themselves, making it clear that they appreciate their inner strength. We live in a society that constantly pushes us to be something different. Believe me, that type of recognition lasts. Think for a moment. But someone who is genuine is like a breath of fresh air in a crowded environment. When you show her that you value her authenticity, you are not only praising her, you are celebrating her for her courage to stand out and be herself. So, the next time she does something that reflects her true essence, do not hesitate to tell her. This sincere gesture will be one of the most significant accomplishments you can offer her. Its impact will resonate in her a long time later. In a world full of appearances, authenticity is a true treasure. Achievement number 6. You have a unique way of making everything more exciting. This is not just any comment. It goes straight to the heart of what makes her presence so special. By telling her, you are connecting the energy she projects with the emotions she awakens in you and those around her. You are recognizing that special spark that transforms something as simple as a moment of silence into a night full of laughter and meaning. Perhaps it is her way of sharing ideas with enthusiasm, or how her contagious laughter puts everyone at ease. Think of some moment in your life, an ordinary day, that she turned into something memorable with a gesture or a word. By pointing this out, you let her know that her impact is not only noticeable, but also deeply valued. This accomplishment transcends the superficial. You are not highlighting something temporary, but the intangible qualities that make it unique. If we look at this from the prism of Stoicism, we find something powerful. Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, believed that our actions and energy could positively influence those around us. By telling her that it makes everything more exciting, you are recognizing that she embodies this principle in her own way. Her energy elevates and transforms the experience of others. It is a rare and valuable gift. When you tell her something like, you have this ability to make everything more exciting, you will not only be expressing admiration, but also creating an instant of genuine connection. You are transmitting to her that her essence is notorious and appreciated. This type of recognition strengthens the bonds. If your words lack authenticity, they will lose their effect. Speak with intention. Look her in the eye and make her feel the truth behind your words. The more genuine you are, the more powerful your message will be. So here you have a challenge. Select one of these fulfilled ones and do it this week. Do not rush. Wait for a moment that feels natural. When you see her look shine, you will know that you have achieved it. If this content was useful to you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate notifications. See you in the next video.